Um, hey everybody. This is very different. However, who cares? The name of the channel is Gaming Aficianado. That's Sonic Aficianado. And also, you are going to get what you promised. You're gonna get that Sonic and Knuckles video. The game is not, it's not my favorite, man. And personally, I want to move on to different things. You are gonna get that video though. In fact, you are gonna even be getting the boss fight, which my recording software just so lovingly cut out of that video. But here we are. Hello, my name is Markiplier. Welcome to Fight Freddy. You guys are lucky that I have the willpower to delete my this save, because I got to the 6th night and I beat it. But so new game. And I'm really excited to hop into this. Especially because this is actually a good game. We're gonna be doing the original trilogy only. Only the original trilogy. Nothing after that is going to be getting any sort of attention, because everything after is just diarrhea dog shit. But here we are. It's Phone McMahon. There he is. That's the guy. Just let me quickly do some changing of the audio here. Alright. I am incredibly excited. Ooh, wait a minute. No. What is it doing? Alright. Today, we got this. And I gotta say, this game is like really, really innovative. I mean, obviously, now it's like, I think calling this game innovative, yes, this is a very cool and unique concept. And I'm not trying to like shit on the game at all, but this is like still a point and click game. It's just like in a very untraditional format for the genre of point and click. This is a point and click horror game at its core. It just so happens that it's in first person, and the HUD is just set up in this weird way. Like, I don't think I would really have it any other way personally. I mean, of course not. I think this game is probably the most sound, like the most mechanically sound. I made Five Nights at Freddy's 2 obviously objectively the best game in the series. But if we're really speaking on which of the games are actually mechanically sound, I've got to say, it's got to be this one. And this is a game that I have played many times. I'm very experienced with it. In fact, I have this game is actually, I've had a lot of time to get used to this game. So, while the quote-unquote scares may have worn off on me, the core gameplay loop is still fun. Although me yapping is definitely going to take away from that scare factor. It's still, this game definitely still manages to, its atmosphere is impeccable. The ambience, it holds up to this day. Because when you drop the game for like a couple years and you come back and you remember, it's just like fuzzy memory of like 420 strats, hoo-ha drugs, that kind of thing. And so but you forget the minutia. You forget like the really tiny details. And so, the Mandela effect can really bite you in the ass. Like this game, like if you're going to planning on revisiting these games, play them in order, please, because there is nothing quite like re-experiencing the magic of like being like, if the stress that this game can cause when you are sort of out of the loop and you don't really remember and you're still getting your muscle memory. I mean, either way, oh yeah, it's gonna be Bonnie. Oh yeah, there's the best animatronic right there. It's Bonnie. Ooh, meow, 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 meow. Oh yeah, it's good to be back. Oh, he's moving fast. I don't really remember if he's supposed to move this fast. We don't really. In later nights, we're going to be getting into a pattern. Now, I've talked about Sonic Flow before. But if you are planning on beating a FNAF game, you have to get into a similar flow. However, it is a much less relaxed flow. Oh. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh! There he go. There he is. There is he. Oh. Oof. Where is he, though? Like, oh my god. Oh, I heard some foodie footsteps. Which is not good. There he is. Ooh. See, this is going to be a lot more reactive because there's going to be more reactive commentary since what happened in this game is a very, like the gameplay experience really does hinge on, like, what is happening and the sort of twists and turns. Like, there's nothing like going on the roller coaster ride of a Five Nights at Freddy's night, where, you know, animatronics are moving around and seeing what kind of path they're going to take. Especially in this game where they aren't just trying to bolt to your office and, like, take a chunk out of your ass. Because here, they have, like, their path is not just bolting to your door. They sort of wander around. You know, it feels like they're actually searching for something, rather than, like, it feels like their goal, they have a more, like, personal goal, and it makes them feel more intimidating because it's like they're scouring the entire fucking planet to find your ass. And especially if the ambience, like, Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is audio, right? But, ooh, Easter egg. I've actually gotten quite a bit of Easter eggs in this opening, which is nice. But having that sort of, like, unpredictability, and, like, it feels like they're more, like, living, which is not good. It's not good in a good way. It's, like, unnerving. Like, look at that fucking render. I love that render, I'm not even gonna lie. That render is probably one of my favorites in the entire series. They just it feels more personal. Like he's deeply questioning your actions right now. He is aware of your presence. Oh god. Where? Yeah, because I gotta remember they don't, like, move linearly. Oh. Bro's just chilling. Okay. You can hang out with the brooms and the stuff all you want, Bonnie. You can take your sweet time in the Stanley Parable closet. Yeah, see, it's a lot more nerve-wracking when you don't have a audience to talk to. But hey, you know, I'm not complaining. Last thing I need to do is shit myself on camera. And when you're playing this game alone, you know, lights off. More specifically, it's the light. Having the lights off really makes you focus on what's happening in the game. So it, like, really, like, locks you into that sort of mindset of I need to survive. And also is kind of immersive. Are you gonna go back into the closet, buddy? You good? Wowza. Foxy doesn't appear until the later nights. There you go. That is night number uno. Quite incredible. I just need to check something real quick. Okay. It's working. On my OBS, it's got game capture on right now, so it's like it stops recording. Well, no, it doesn't. It like pauses the recording when you like leave the game window. So that way I can tell that it's like still recording, which is really cool. It's really nice having that ability. Oh god. Alright. Yeah, they're already on the move at this night. This night is when you're probably going to have to get into the more interesting strategies here. As you go on, looking at all the cameras and seeing what the animatronics are doing becomes a liability. And while it is really sad, or well, I guess illogical that a game that introduces a camera mechanic that is so unique doesn't utilize them, it makes it like you do in the later nights have to take a look at one of the animatronics. I'll go into more detail when we get there, so I can actually have something to talk about when we get there. But you do get to use the camera, but the issue is that you focus it on one fret, and so there's no reason to look at the other cameras. And doing so is actively, like, adverse for your health. Like, you do not want to do that. Yeah, check on the curtain in Pirate's Cove, my ass. You just need to pull the camera up. You don't actually need to look at the Pirate Cove. You just need to have your camera up. Every second that your camera up is another second that Foxy's in the Goon Cave. Oh, shit. Why is it... Hold on. That's not a good sign. Okay. We're good. Just had to, make sure that everything was okay with the recording. Which is another reason why the Sonic and Knuckles video is taking so long, because trying to, like, gather up the willpower to record a long video like that again where I don't really have much to say, and then my fucking recording crashes is hard. Oh god. There is guy. Gotta keep a big fat eye on him. Yeah, this is the sort of loop you want to get in here. Is you're gonna want to be checking the cameras until Freddy comes along. Like, this is your opportunity in the early game to look at all the cool renders that Scott did. Because later on, you're not gonna have that opportunity. So you're gonna want to, like, really take all that in. Especially since you're probably going to be looking at the stage a lot. I'll get into why later. So, on these... You fucker. I want you, like, move. I thought he was schmoovin'. He's just, you know, like, standing there. Gonna do something, man? You good? It's so... Oh! Okay. We got him. He's going to stare deeply into our soul. I don't think I, like, really ever take a good look at Camera 7. Like, when was the last time you took a big, fat, good look at... He is really, like, making out with that door, like, centrally. I don't know what he's doing. Like, when was the last time you looked at that? Okay, I'm starting to, like, get low on power, which is concerning. Conserving power really is the name of the game here, because it can get really tight. Like, I don't know if this shit's running on a car battery, but you gotta be careful. What is he doing? He's just standing there menacing me. So basically what that meant is that he, like, failed his movement opportunity, which is the way the movement works in these games. It's like every 5 or 6 seconds or something. It's like a die roll, and it's like their AI is a number, and it's like 1 from 20, and then it gets like a random number. It's picked between 1 and 20, I'm pretty sure, and their AI determines that. It may not be exactly like 1 to 20, but oh, they moved far back. Okay, it's time to start using the power conservation strat, which is literally just this. And if you're really planning on, like, just blasting through these games like no trouble, then, or well, these nights, just do this. Just flip that camera up, put it down, flip it up, put it down, look in your light, that kind of thing, and that's the way to go. And you can just keep on doing this, like, for as long as you want. You know, it's not an exploit if the developer just, like, forgot or didn't realize that this could be done. I feel like if Foxy was just given a more unique mechanic, that this would all be fixed. But then again, without, like, low your, like, power consumption is, and how little, like, grace you're given on that. Okay, here's the part where I simply just flip my camera up, like, very slowly, because Bonnie once again is having a sensual, passionate lovemaking session at the door. Oh, that was a quickie. Okay. You want to be very careful. Actually, if one of the animatronics makes their way to your door, and they manage to get inside, and you just sort of let them walk in, they'll start, like, moaning and groaning. And as soon as you turn your camera up, that's when you'll die. It's when you flip your camera up is when they'll, like, get you, which I guess, you know, is weird, because it then feels like the whole point of Foxy's mechanic is to make sure that you can't, like, just, like, keep your camera down. But then there's, like, what if they just killed you anyway, like, camera up or not? Which would make more sense. I guess Scott just didn't want to animate that. I mean, but he animated Foxy coming in through the door, like, fluidly, so why not animate the other animatronics? Yeah, there's no way. This may be a, boom, 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 Freddy Torter March power moment. Funnily enough, I have not actually gotten a, win mid jump scare in this game. In any of these games, actually. Oh, you little bastard. You purple fuck. Okay. This is getting interesting. This could be a huge disaster if Freddy decides to, get impatient. Because there is nothing more satisfying than getting a clutch moment in these games. What's Foxy doing? He's doing alright. Because I am very unconservative in my lookage at him. Which is fine. Ooh, I think maybe I'll be fine, but maybe Freddy will take a chunk out of me. Oh god, no. Oh yeah, I'm done for. Oh yeah. Hopefully I'll get good RNG on Freddy. Please give me good RNG on Freddy. I really wish that the farther Freddy away, was, like, how, like, the further away he is, the more time you have where he's not doing that. Oh, he's gonna kill me. Come on. Never mind. Okay, we're good. Boom bada boom bada doom bada boom. Shooba daba doo baba doo ba doo. We're doing okay. Third night. Here is where, if you don't use the strategy, you're done for. This is the night where you need to like use the official real strategy. And I think Freddy becomes active on this night. It is a little bit iffy though because he's not as active as some of the other animatronics on this night. I think his AI is like 2 maximum. I'm not sure. But it does become active. You know what? Actually, I'm just gonna like not check any of my lights until one of them moves. Because like every little percentage of power counts. Okay. We have entered the zone here. And this is pretty much what you're gonna do to like beat every single night. This is what you do. You check your right light, you flip up that camera, you check your left light. Wait, what? Oh. I thought I heard like a ba-boom. One of those singer sounds. But that doesn't happen. There's so many like strange Easter eggs in this game, which I think really adds to the atmosphere, especially because like this game is so mysterious back then, because you didn't know a lot about it. So having like all these random Easter eggs, but the thing is that they were rare, but they weren't super rare to where like you would never find them in a million years, like some of the later Easter eggs that don't have the same magic, because you can't like repeat magic like that. It just doesn't hit the same because it's like not as potent. Especially because you encountered them less, but that also makes them less special because you mostly know about them because of data mining, not because, you know, somebody encountered them in the wild. I mean, that's why there were so many hoaxes in the early days, because there was just so many, like, unknowns and what-ifs about this game. Because it was just this whole new sort of thing, especially because, you know, that first game theory video was kind of really fucking insensitive. Like, and also stupid. Like, why would there be any reason for, like, a random, like, killing that happened at a Chuck E. Cheese in real life be related to a stupid video game? It, like, makes no sense at all. Luckily, we would actually be get way better theories than that. But that's like so hyper specific, too. Like, it's just a bad theory. It's just like a bad theory. It doesn't even make sense. Especially because it's like what they're basically doing is they're like pointing out similarities and then saying, I don't really remember if they even like tried to like get like a story point out of there, or like say maybe try to glean some like plot elements out of the similarities, like maybe because this is what happened in that situation, maybe that's what happened in the game. But like it's just like so coincidental, and there's no way that obviously it wasn't true to begin with. But then, oh fuck, and the fucking chicken is alive. Oh no, what do I do? This is not very... Okay, I don't think Chica's gone. Chica is in fact gone. That is great. That is good. Very good, especially... I think we are on a pretty decent track. I mean... It really depends on if Chica... Well, the reason why this game can also be stressful is because they can, like, leave your door, but because they don't, like, teleport back to the stage, which I really like because it makes it feel more like realistic. I know the Funny Bear game needs to be realistic, but like fucking listen. And when they like only get like 2 spaces away, it's frustrating, but it's also adds to like they aren't going to just forget about your existence and like go back to the stage. It's like they're just like playing a game with you. And in a way they are, but that feels like a lot less intentional. And so having them like only like leave a few spaces and they go wander off and search elsewhere for a bit, but they know you're in there. I mean, they do see you. They're not gonna forget that you're there. I mean, it would be pretty cool if like once they saw you through the window, they would like start being more aggressive. Like their AI would have a chance of going up now that they like actively saw you, like doing your thing in there. Okay, what I like to do is that when Shake is in the kitchen and I'm hearing like the pots and pans banging around, is trying to listen to see if the pots and pans are happening. Is I don't like to check the right light so I can conserve that. Oh, we got him. We got Mr. It's Me. We got the It's Me Easter egg. Oh, we're actually on a really good track. I mean, that doesn't matter if we die, but I mean... Oh, fuck. As soon as I say we're doing well, you know, a cliche within of itself, I immediately regret saying something along the lines of, it was a jinx. I jinxed it. Maybe I didn't. Who knows? Oh, and now Bonnie's here for the fun. Okay, yeah. You're just mad that you are not as epic as I am, bro. Like, get out of here. Come on. Look, hopefully after these first few nights, Bonnie and the door will get out of their honeymoon phase and they'll stop fucking. Maybe I'll get away from the door faster. That shadow really looks goofy. It's so, like, strange because it feels like some of his limbs in the shadow are, like, smaller than they are, like, obviously they're gonna be, like, smaller and, like, warp, but it makes it look like he's, like, a chibi Bonnie in the shadow. And it's just, like, a really weird pose, especially because, like, it's just, like, weird, because like, the shadow, like, extends out to here, and I don't know if there's, like, a shiny part of that wall. Like, there's obviously a wall here. Like, for, like, a dirty, crusty pizzeria, them walls are apparently really shiny, which is odd. Or I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, I guess it would have been, like, whoa. Something that will mess you up is that if you get into a flow too much and then you just decide to keep a door closed because it was closed and you have to, like, get to it in your, like, little cycle that you do. In the little FNAF gameplay maxing epic strategy, be sure that if you see an animatronic is left, you open that door. Don't wait, because every little % of power does count. It really does. You can't afford to just let all your power, like, dwindle away. I really like the gameplay in this. It's, like, really good, especially in a video like this, because it's sort of low maintenance. I'm not, like, playing a, like, shmup, although I definitely am going to be doing shmups on the channel sometime. I just suck ass at them, even if I love those kinds of games to death. Oh yeah, we're definitely good. There you go. Once again, let me check. Yeah. We are doing alright. We are not doing shabby at all. 4th night. Here is where things can get a little stressful. Yes, I am going to be, like, doing this entire game in one video. This is where you gotta really get your strategy on. Like, night 3, yeah, you probably need to do that. But here, you need to, like, really master it. You need to get good at doing this over and over and over, or you're done for. Here we are, the iconic phone guy dies moment. Now, apparently, this guy has a name now, which I think is fucking stupid. I'm not calling him Ralph. Ralph is such a stupid, basic bitch name. Phone guy deserves better. He feels like a man you would be a little bit more interesting than a Ralph. Ralph. It's such a stupid name. Like, Ralph. Ralph. Really just think about that for a second. It just feels like a random combination of, like, vowels and consonants. Why did they name him that? I'm just calling him the phone guy. I'm not calling him Ralph. All of you, like, lore geeks can obsess over that, but I'm not doing it. I'm not calling phone guy Ralph. It's dumb. It, like, makes no sense. And phone guy is, like, a better name anyway. At least that weird little book story. I haven't even read it, but I mean, it's gotta be better than any of the other slop that they've released in the past via. It's pretty much all of those Fazbear like Frights books are pretty much just what I like to call scholastic slop, where it's just like something that's handed off to a third party to be created of a property that's put in like random in like scholastic book fairs for all of the little gremlins to scoop up and spend their hard-earned cash on. Like, there's so much more he could have done with a Five Nights at Freddy's novel, and instead he decided to make scholastic slop. Especially in anthology. I mean, there's so many different, like, things you could pull from. Like Bonnie fucking ferociously humping the door and draining my power. Are you gonna leave? Thank you. Looks like somebody got a bit self-conscious, Now, as if I'm gonna do night 6, I probably will. It just depends on if I'm feeling like it. If I don't die this entire playthrough, I'd be surprised, because I'm not, like, the FNAF, like, Supreme Leader game guy. I'm not good at, super amazing at these games. Because you can know the strategies, and you can still die if you really get fucked over by RNG. But I feel like when people say that something bad can happen, and you can get because believe it or not, the likelihood that there is an actively impossible survival scenario that wasn't out of your control is very, very low. I feel like a situation where it's out of your control, you're just fucked, is extremely low. It's designed in a way so where it's not impossible. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing 420 mode. Like, there's no way. I mean, I'd say it's definitely a lot easier. Like, 420 mode is a lot easier than some of the other Five Nights at Freddy's, like, big epic challenges. Like, 1020, I'd say, is, like, the maximum of my capabilities right there. I can do 1020, and that's about it. Like, 1020 really, like, rocks your socks and does not let you take a break at all. Now, FNAF 2 is definitely where some of the more RNG bullshit stuff happens. Now, I feel like there's a difference between people complaining because they actually had a bad gameplay experience, and then people just complaining because of a theoretical situation that could happen in the gameplay. But, you know, whatever. Celebrate! This is kind of mind-numbing, but, like, in a good way. Like, I am enjoying my experience right now. I definitely say that even if you're not, like, shaking in your boots at these games, they still succeed at just, like, being, like, fun. I'd say that when you're talking and doing this, it's very, like, relaxing, but if you're doing this on your own in the dark, just repeating this mind-numbing cycle, it can be nerve-wracking, because one little slip up and then you're done for. So you gotta like really lock in. It's a lot easier to do like a manual task like this that you can repeat over and over again. Like when you're like doing something else alongside it. So when you're left alone with your thoughts and you have to actively think about playing the game correctly, it can be really nerve-wracking. Also, I really hope the recording doesn't like corrupt or crash, because then that means I'm gonna have to edit my save file, which I'm pretty sure that you can just do it. I've never understood. It's a very old kind of game that allows you to edit your save file via notepad. Like I like old games like that where they're just like so easy to crack open. It's fun to just like look throughout the game files and then just see like, oh, here, you know, your save data is stored in a fucking text file or a config file or whatever. It's just interesting to me the fact that it's so easy to edit, like in Notepad easily. Maybe it's designed that way to be easily edited. Wow, Bonnie's being a real prick. Oh, wow, the fat... okay. Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it through this night. There's no way. The chances of me surviving are very slim. That probably just fucked me over. Like, that's an example of like, luck killing you. But I don't feel like it's all too obnoxious. I mean... it's like, this game is super short. So, like, dying doesn't really feel like a chore. I mean, you just get more fun gameplay. I mean, it could be annoying to just, like, lose all your progress. See, I'm gonna die. Yeah, there's no way. I'm at 1%. Especially if it becomes another situation where I'm at 1% when the animatronics just approaches my door. Oh, yeah. Freddy is gonna, like, approach my house at any moment right now. Yeah, there you go. This could be something where he does a really fast one. Which that might be the case. He could just insta-kill me. He probably is. But do not put any faith into me surviving here. Yeah, there's no way. I think there was probably like 45 seconds left in my night. And if he decides to do a short round, because I'm pretty sure that there is a long version of the song and a short version of the song. And you might, if he does the short version. Alright. I am going to take that win. That is a excellent win. Nothing like a clutch win. Absolutely. Well, this is it. Well, this is not it, because we got like we do have a 6th night ahead of us. Ooh, get ready for the spooky Golden Freddy call. I remember, this is the call where they like, I think they looked into the audio, and then this is where like the name for the Joy of Creation fan game came from, because there's audio from biography of like a yogi or whatever in here, until they like read that. I think the something that can really cost you a lot of excess power is not double clicking the light thing correctly, because if you're like a mouse misclicks, then it's going, I feel like there's like something that can happen there. Like, it would be nice if your power was like, if it automatically turned off. I think it does. I think it does do that. I mean, that would be a pretty stupid thing to leave in. Oh, I'm already at 88. Ooh. I think maybe going fast isn't the way to go. Going fast may not be the way to go. Because it's like, if you go too fast, maybe, I don't know. Because they can get into your office pretty fast here. which can be pretty detrimental. I did see free bars for a second there when I added my thing up, so I'm gonna try my best to, Oh yeah, if I continue at this rate, I'm done for. Ooh. Come on. The power in this game can be so finicky. Sometimes you just gotta hope that the animatronics decide to not just, like, smash their faces against the window for, like, 5 hours. I mean, it really is up to that in some way, but, you know, you can't really control it. So you just kind of have to depend on the animatronics giving you good movement. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Where did they go? You see, that's something that you call masking noise that's happening in the background, such as from your neighbors. It's a really cool technique. Can be really distracting to the viewing experience, but hey, it's either that or you get even more distracted. You know, I'm the center of attention in the video, right? You know, I don't want to get a narcissistic injury because you're listening to something happening in the background. I'm more important. What I have to say is more important. It's the way it works. Mysterious honking. Wherever could it be coming from? Wherever shall it be heard? Now, here we are. We're getting into that state where you start to feel sweaty and, like, your legs start to itch at the worst times possible. And you just gotta ignore it, because if you do one misinput, it's game over. Oh boy. Oh god. I've got 61% and it's 2 a.m. That doesn't really mean anything though. Because I'm only 10% above half and I'm not even like halfway through the night. So this could end up really bad. Come on, turn to free. Oh, yeah, no, it's not happening. Oh, wait a minute. That was fast. See, this is why you have to find a balance between checking fast and not checking so much that it doesn't matter that you're doing it fast. Because it's just, like, counting all that time is draining anyway. Because if you have it up so fast that you might as well just be having it up, like, for, like, 2 seconds. Yeah, because if you do it too fast, you might as well just be using 2 power bars of usage, like, the entire night. Which obviously is not sustainable. Oh my god. Oh! You know, sometimes when you're reacting to things in these games, it's just more of, at some point you just get into a habit of making mouth noises when you see, like, animatronics at your door. Not even because you're actually surprised, but just because you're so used to the shock value. Like, even if it's not really there anymore, it's still just like a habit. Yeah, because if I get into the flow, like, too much, I don't really notice it, and I just shut the door immediately. But then there's those times, like, where it can be surprising. If you get caught in a bad situation where you, like, completely, like, lose your like, connection to the game, and you just, like, open the camera and close it a bunch of times because you weren't paying attention, that can be devastatingly terrifying, knowing that each camera flip is like bargaining your death. Each camera flip is like putting you closer to death. Yeah, like that. Imagine doing that like 3 more times. It could be devastating to a run. Absolutely devastating. Yeah, keeping a good eye on them is sorry, I'm just trying to listen for if Sheik is making noise in the kitchen, because we do need that extra battery. It's just all about that conservation game. It really, really is. You know, already I'm stressing about night 6, right? Oh. Oof. 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 It's because I keep forgetting to, like, actually, like, 1, 2, double click. It's gonna be devastating. That little moment where it thinks you have, like, are using, like, 3 bars worth of power can still be devastating. Like, so you just gotta... But then if you, like, miss it, it's like... It doesn't matter, because if you let one of the animatronics get into the door, that one moment of weakness could be your undoing. That's why I like this, because even if this strategy is, like, you'll win most of the time, those moments where you mess up, or even the slightest little inconsistency, can really just drive you up a wall, and it can be incredibly nerve-wracking, because you're like, that moment of weakness. Okay, oh my god. You know, I was doing so well until Chica decided to... What the animatronics do is definitely an impact, like, your, like, survival rate. But I don't think it's, like, so impactful that it'll feel, like, really bad. You know, whatever. Nothing could ever reach FNAF 2's levels of just please keep attempting the game until you get that attempt where you don't die immediately. Oh, come on. You were just here. You want more? You came back for more. Oh, my God. Leave. Ooh, boy. I want to reach that 6 a.m. so bad. Come on. Give it to me. I am ready to win. It's night 5. It's 5 a.m. I got no time. I got no time to leave. Oh, yeah. I didn't even have to, like, hit the Freddy toward or march, because I just beat it. I beat the night. I could go for night 6. I think that I could definitely do night 6. Look at that paycheck. Mike Schmidt. Now, I think the real question is, here, is $120, what could you buy with $120? If you're getting paid $120 weekly, what exactly? Like, how are you going to afford things? Like, if supposedly all of the Matt Pat stuff was right, and, you know, takes place in 1993. I know things were cheaper back then, but really that much cheaper? Were things really that much cheaper? I don't really think so. Now, luckily for us, the power usage doesn't go up, I don't think, after night 4. I think this is just like the baseline power usage, so if we just keep using the strategy that we've been using, we should be golden. Which is nice, because I have no idea how I would beat these nights if I wasn't, doing the thing. If there was any more, like, I need more, like, higher levels of power usage. It would be nice if you could change your power usage in the custom night, but, you know, that's asking for a lot for just an extra little mode that he put into the game, probably not even really thinking about it. Oh boy. Now this could actually get me. This night can be a real challenge. Especially since the animatronics AI values are so high. Oh, fuck. Just gotta get your game hats on. Get your game pats on. Pats. Game pat. It's game pat. I love game pat. Such a good video guy. Can't believe you retire. Oh boy. It begins. The chicanery. At this point, there's no more mechanics to learn. No more, like, weird gimmicks. I do enjoy it when a FNAF game's Night 6 isn't like a stupid boss fight. It's like, I mean, there can be some good, like, boss fights done within this style of gameplay. But I think it's just nice when it's just a really hard challenge of what you've learned so far while playing the game. Like an actual, genuine challenge. Completely based on what you've learned playing the main game, and not some weird boss fight with a weird gimmick. Especially a boss fight like Hourglass and not Phantom Hourglass. It's a fucking Zelda game. In a game like a boss fight like Hourglass in Treasure Island, where it's just a combination of all of the different like animatronics, or I guess like weird fucked up abominations, like move sets, which really is like not impressive. And it's reused too. Like, if at that point you really could have just had me face off against all of the animatronics at a really high difficulty level. But instead, you tried to make it look like this big fat boss fight. That wasn't actually a big fat boss fight. It was just, you decided to make all of the animatronics share one character design instead of having it be at multiple characters, which honestly would be more interesting. And the thing is that it's even less challenging because the Phantom Hourglass can only attack you like one at a time. So the chances of you like really getting in a bad situation are low. Except the problem with Hourglass is also you have to decipher him like an ancient hieroglyphs. I don't know what the fuck was up with the design of his fight, but you have to like really like look at him constantly and try to find where his starting position is, which would sound like a cool mechanic if it weren't for the fact that he moves really fast. I don't really remember the fight too well, but I mean, oh boy. A Bonnie in the door, sitting in the tree, hardcore fucking once again. Oh boy. I've gotta say, looking at FNAF in real time is just so disappointing. Because seeing like all of these like elements be animated could have been really cool, but because the creator wanted to shove their like shitty original character into the game, they ruined it. Like, you could have just kept it as like FNAF in real time with like real animations happening. Like, I wouldn't even be upset that it's not like real time, you know, like cameras looking at stuff, if the animations were just like really smooth and nice. But what ends up happening is that because they tainted the original game so much, it's not like a viable option. Like, I can't just go and play that to get the FNAF 1 experience because they tainted it with their like stupid tampering of the original game. Like, I don't understand how it could have been that hard to just keep your stupid OC out of the game. It doesn't belong there. If you want to make your like a unique fan game with your unique character, that's fine by me, but don't make a cool remake with all these cool ideas, and then because you want to shove in your stupid character so bad, you have to ruin everything. I do gotta say though, they do capture that Scott style really well, which is what makes its inaccuracy even more frustrating, because like the sprites look really like in the animations really look like they were done with the actual Scott models, and they really fit in well, but because they like messed with the original game so much, it's just unplayable. And I mean, clearly people would rather just like mod the original FNAF to have a 6-hour mode than actually, fuck you, actually play like the game that did that for them, just because of how much it tampered with the original experience. I mean, sure, it is just like an Easter egg change, but that Easter egg was so, like, core to those games. Like, you cannot just replace Gold, and Freddy. You really can't. Like, Sparky the dog as a cool Easter egg, I would accept that. Adding in a cool reference to a cool hoax, that's fine by me. You know, something like Grave Shift at Freddy's, or Graveyard Shift at Freddy's, where they have, like these characters that appear, but they don't really impact the gameplay majorly, they're just sort of there. And it's like a really rare chance, and they don't really, like, pose a threat to the player, if I'm remembering correctly. Like, that's the kind of, like, tampering that I'm okay with. Also, Graveyard at Freddy's is much more, like, attempting to be its own, like, it's a reimagining, not a remake. It is a completely unique spin on the Five Nights at Freddy's ideas. Wow, FNAF in real time is saying that it's going to be Five Nights at Freddy's, but in real time. Instead, what we get is, like, you really just cannot decide where you're going to be on. Oh my god. Oh, this is a nightmare scenario. Oh, this is like a worst possible scenario. Oof. I really hope that Freddy gives me some good RNG. I don't know if it gets harder on the nights, like, while long Freddy decides to dilly-dally. I hope he dilly-dallies his diddle-daddle all the way up. I hope he dillies his daddle super hard. Please dill your daddy. No, just no, don't do that. Don't. I hope dilly-dally. Dilly-dally. Do give, please. Please, come on. We're so close. Like, we're like 2 seconds away. You're gonna ruin the fun, Freddy? Gonna be an asshat? You're gonna be an asshat. Oh, yeah. That is what I am talking about. That is how it is done. Now, because that went so much quicker, good job, sport. You've earned some overtime. $120.50. Don't exactly remember. Like, is this like being paid on an hourly rate? Did it like get paid the same amount that it did for a full day? I know that it's probably not the case. Because that took like 2 seconds, I'm going to, we're gonna take a quick look at 420 mode. You know, just really quickly, because, you know, we have the time. If I set it to 0 and then does it go back? No, I have to, like, ooh, this is gonna take a while. I wish I could just, like, automatically set them all. But whatever, let's just take a glimpse. I'm just gonna try it out for one night. I'm not, like, committing to this. I just want to see how far I get. It's probably not gonna be very far. Let's be for real. 7th night. Oh boy. Oh god. Okay. Oh god, everything's going faster now. Oh god. Oh fuck me. What am I doing? This is where you gotta be really careful. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's been like 2 seconds. Wait a minute. Just give me some fucking time to find where Freddy went, though. Yo. What? Yeah, I mean, this is 420 mode. Look at that. You know what this does? Since I'm already fucked, I'm just gonna take this as an opportunity to just, like... Yeah, fuck you, you furry bastard. You furry bastard. Like, this gives us an opportunity to look at some of the sprites that we didn't earn, little graphical elements that we didn't really get to see. Too often, like, you know... all of these things. Yeah, this could be nice. You know, it would be pretty crazy, and I know this is probably definitely not gonna happen if, you know, it ends up all this time, you can just shut the doors for the entirety of 420 mode. No, this isn't true, but this gives us a chance to look at his sprites. In fact, I'm gonna just keep my camera down so we can see Foxy's really cool running animation which he has. Come on, buddy. I know you've got it in there. Oh. Oh yeah, look at that sprite. Come on. Please? Why don't you show the audience your magic tricks, why don't you? Yeah, look at all this. There's the kitchen over there. Come on. Show everybody your super epic run. Well, I mean, maybe I need to, like... Oh, yeah! Look at that! Can I just, like, keep the door open and then, like, kill me? Come on. There you go. Alright. Well, that was 5 Nights at Freddy's. I hope you enjoyed, because I sure did. This was a nice change of pace. A really nice change of pace, in fact. Yeah, this was Gaming Aficianado, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.